The Howe Sound Crest Trail is one of the most breathtaking and challenging hikes in British Columbia. Stretching high above the sea-to-sky highway, it offers panoramic views of Howe Sound, rugged alpine ridges, and some of the most iconic peaks near Vancouver. The full trail runs around 30 kilometres from Cypress Mountain to Porteau Cove, with over 1800 metres of elevation gain. Most people hike it as a 2 or 3 day backpacking trip, but it can also be tackled as a very long single day push by experienced hikers and trail runners. The Howe Sound Crest Trail is part of the Sea to Sky corridor, linking the backcountry between Vancouver and Squamish, and is known for its rugged terrain, including steep climbs, boulder scrambles and exposed ridges, making it a serious backcountry route that requires good navigation and preparation. Starting at Cypress Mountain, the trail climbs past St Mark's Summit, one of Vancouver's most popular viewpoints, before continuing to Unnecessary Mountain and the Lions, those twin granite peaks that dominate the skyline above Howe Sound. Beyond the Lions, the route becomes more remote and technical, crossing James Peak, David Peak and Mount Harvey, before descending through Brunswick Mountain and ending at Porteau Cove. Along the way, hikers are rewarded with stunning alpine lakes, ridge lines and constant ocean views. Myself and a few friends would be tackling this challenge over the course of 2 days, stopping off the camp at the Magnesia Meadows backcountry site. It was to be the trip of our summer, and we decided to set off early on the Saturday morning, ready for a fun 2 days in the mountains. Without further ado, let's get ourselves down to Cypress to meet the squad. The 3 boys I had along with me for the trip were Sean, Michael and Dylan, all good friends of mine since I moved to Vancouver nearly 3 years ago. We were all in high spirits to start the trip, with only one ominous comment.
This is the last time they were seen.
We parked our car at Cypress Resort and started our journey on one of the most beautiful days of the year. The first section took us up to the beautiful viewpoint at St Mark's Summit. A very popular hike on its own, and it wasn't long before we were stopped for Sean.
I might actually have to get some help with this.
With the hike?
No.
This first section was very steep, with just over 500 metres of elevation gain in a 6 kilometre stretch. The terrain was a real mixed bag to begin with, some of it on forest roads, whereas other parts were strewn with roots and rocks, making the progress relatively slow. We met a few furry friends along the way to keep us going, and Sean, the clear manager of the group, was keeping us all in good spirits. Here we are, we're about 3-4k in. Sean, updates?
Yeah, so far so good. You know, the lads are keeping a good shape. We knew coming into this, you know, it's going to be a long day of it. I think approaching it right is what we've done a lot of this week coming up to it. But yeah, so far so good. We're feeling good. You know we've got hard times to come, but I think if we stick together, we'll get the job done.
If you're enjoying this video, please do give me a like and a subscribe. That really helps the channel out and helps me keep making more of this content. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. The majority of the elevation gain was in the last 2 kilometres, and we'd all definitely needed a short break by the time we got to the busy but beautiful viewpoint at St Mark's Summit. After we'd had our sit down, we were off again. And now that we climbed up to the main ridge, the views were phenomenal all round. We even managed to source some berries along the way, a nice little sweet treat for our efforts. These views and vibes were short-lived though, as we soon realised we had to descend over 125 metres in just 1 kilometre, to then climb 300 metres the very next kilometre. The name Unnecessary Mountain suddenly made sense.
Hey,
Right, we're on our way up Unnecessary Mountain.
get the tunes on.
Tunes are coming on.
Don't make trips on unnecessary mountains.
Sean, what's your thoughts on Unnecessary Mountain? Aptly named?
Oh, so far, mate, yeah. Pretty fucking steep.
It was originally given the name as it was the only route to the Lions, and it seemed like an unnecessary extra step. We pushed on as best we could, and although we made slow progress, we started to see the light, which meant we were coming out of the trees. Suddenly, we were treated to the beautiful views of the Howe Sound once again, and this time round we also had the spectacular landscape looking east over Capilano Lake and Metro Vancouver.
This is absolutely unbelievable.
We were loving these views, but after 9 kilometres and close to 1,000 metres of elevation gain, a couple of the boys were starting to struggle, and a decision had to be made.
Sad update from Sean.
Sad update, unfortunately, Mr. Me and Dylan Valley are going to turn back. Yeah, we came out here with a game plan.
Myself and Michael decided we were going to push on as we both felt okay, and the next step for us was to pass the Lions. However, while this was happening, Dylan and Sean were making their way back along the trail.
Defeated.
Defeated.
Yeah.
9k in.
Yeah,
Call it a day. Just have another 9k back home.
yeah, that's it.
Initially in good spirits, Sean unfortunately was sick a few times due to some medical issues, but he did end up making it back safely. In the end, the decision to turn back was a very good one.
I don't know. Someone's camped up there.
Oh yeah, man.
They could just camp here. We'll pick them up in the morning.
Turn back in the morning.
The route to the Lions was where our pace started to slow down as the route got far more technical. Suddenly we started to get hit with rope descents, technical terrain and steep sections.
Yeah, they didn't fucking...
Could have made the rope a bit longer, like.
Although this part of the route was only 2 kilometres and had just over 200 metres of elevation gain and loss, it took us an hour and a half to get to the base of the Lions. This was also the hottest part of the day, and that was something that was definitely affecting us.
10 kilometres in. Any updates for the camera?
No, just nothing.
If you're enjoying this video, please do give me a like and a subscribe. That really helps the channel out and helps me keep making more of this content. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. We continued on until we made it to a very dramatic spot with steep drops on either side, scree slopes all round, and the daunting figures of the Lions in the background. The camera does not do it justice how steep these drops were, but Michael had just the experiment to show it off.
You'll be able to see it going down.
You go for it. What the f...
We were playing around with the idea of adding the West Lion onto our route. However, as we approached, it got more daunting and we decided we didn't want to risk running out of light.
Up there we have the West Lion, right above my head. I think the game plan is not today.
The East Lion was never on our radar, as it's actually closed to the public due to how dangerous it is. This led us to the last section of the first day, a 5 kilometre stretch with 550 metres of gain and loss. There were 3 main peaks we had to climb on our way to Magnesia Meadows, the first of which would come at us after we climbed down a boulder slope and had stopped for a nice bit of lunch overlooking Enchantment Lake. The first of the 3 peaks was a steep one, and we decided to get ourselves through this section by measuring our progress of peaks climbed.
This is steep.
We'd started to run out of water as well. As we were doing this in August, a lot of the water sources had dried up, so we weren't able to fill up as we went. Even worse, we'd only realised this late in the day.
We are rationing water now.
Yeah, I've a 570ml bottle after this. And then
It's a hot one.
I'm gonna have to start drinking my piss.
After the brief stop, the next part was arguably one of the most scenic but scariest parts of the whole hike. A sharp ridge which I captured Michael crossing.
Just this first fucking step.
Oh mate. How's that?
Pretty good.
Nice. 13k. That kilometre took us 1 hour and 10.
As you heard, the pace was slow, but we did have some hope come our way regarding the water.
What?
There's people down there drinking out of a stream.
Yeah, it's a real nice sight. We've found the water source of all water sources. It looks pretty still. We're putting a lot of faith in the filtration. The hull.
I'm gonna drink this whole bottle and then
Nice.
I'll be good to go.
Lovely.
We'd at least managed to fill up our water from a somewhat sketchy source, but it satisfied us nonetheless. This meant that we had 2 of the 3 peaks remaining for the day, and we pressed on up some more steep chain sections where our bags were beginning to feel really heavy.
But I just pull it up behind me.
Oh. 2 out of the 3 remaining steep sections.
Yeah. Good pace.
1 to go. How you feeling?
Delighted that one's done. Feeling good though.
We'd ticked off another one, which meant we had just 1 remaining before we'd be done for the day. We'd started to think about the light as well, as we'd only a couple hours left until sunset, but we did think we'd be okay.
I think we're 1 kilometre out. Pretty naughty.
The views all along the first day were amazing, but as we trekked round the last kilometre to the campsite, it suddenly felt much easier to really enjoy them. Finally, we came round the corner past Mount Harvey and we saw tents and the hut, meaning we'd finally made it to Magnesia Meadows. The section had taken 4 hours, but we were delighted to arrive.
Thoughts on the arrival?
Couldn't be happier.
This man is delighted.
Could not be happier.
We're not going for a swim in that. Look at the fucking scum on the top of that one.
That's the drinking water.
This man's ready. Let's have a look inside the gaff. Oh, that's spacious as fuck.
Yeah,
Like.
a roomy too.
Nice.
We set up camp and we got some food straight on the go.
We've got a little Mexican style grilled chicken bowl.
Our dehydrated meals had never looked better.
Mine actually looks okay. Turn this guy off, eyeball a little bit. Looks good to me. I'll put a dash in for good luck.
Oh, that's your...
That's your oxygen absorber. Is it nice?
Yeah, lovely.
Getting the Crocs out, man.
Crocs, yeah, game changer.
I've gone dogs. You're covered in salt.
Yeah, you've just got the necklace going on. Little pearl necklace.
Now you've been reborn as a Christian.
The sun. I'm gonna try and video call Jess. Oh, it's calling. Wished?
Alexa, pause music.
The meal was so good. I didn't even get any food, but it was phenomenal.
Top tier. I'm gonna make one up when I get home for Jess. Let's be realistic. 7.
7.
Yeah.
7's pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm going 8. 8 on this.
Boil on.
This is 11. This is 11.
The campsite itself was actually spectacular, and my only regret was that we set up next to the water rather than over towards the valley where we'd eaten our dinner. After a big day, we just set up wherever we could, and we were ready for a well-deserved big sleep.
Right lads, spooky season. It's good night from me. It's good night from Michael. Welcome to day 2. I've woken up and no sign of Michael. So let's go and find him. We've found the main man. He's got the food.
I've eaten all your food.
And here's the morning view. Unbelievable.
The second day was upon us, and overall it was to be a much easier day. The only tough section was at the start, where we decided to add on Mount Brunswick to the route. We got to the bottom of it and managed to set aside our bags for the climb.
So, dropping off the pack, Scott, to start the scramble up to Brunswick.
Make Brunswick a bit easier.
Just right up there.
It was a tough climb up before we hit the main opening and caught a sight of the peak. There were some sketchy sections on the trail across to the peak, with cliff edges on both sides, but we made it and we were greeted by views of the campsite, the lions and the Howe Sound.
There's the emergency shelter.
Crazy. That's where we were camping this morning. Just down there.
As well as that, we were absolutely swarmed by bugs.
1 hour and 24 minutes since we left camp to Peak Brunswick.
We're at the peak of the North Shore, Mike.
Highest point of the North Shore, yeah. No one can stop us now. Actually.
Now he's peaked.
North Shore.
We climbed back down to get our bags, and that section had taken us just over an hour with 450 metres of gain and 2.5 kilometres walked.
We're back with the bags.
That's on, ready to go.
Let's frickin' do it. Michael's going 4-wheel drive right now.
At this point, we'd essentially done all the climbing, and all that was left was to descend down to the finish point, around 13 kilometres away.
That all the way up there is where we just came from. That is absolutely nuts.
To do this, we'd have to pass 3 separate lakes, the first of these being Brunswick Lake, about 3 kilometres along the trail. The water was absolutely beautiful here, being fed by the glacier creating a vibrant blue colour. We didn't stop here for long and kept on trekking. The second lake of the descent would be Hanover Lake, where Michael decided to get the fishing rod out and see what luck he had.
This man's going fishing.
One's chasing out to it already.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Oh, there's a few of them chasing it, like. He's got one.
Maybe he's a cutthroat.
Whoa!
Or maybe he's a rainbow, I don't know.
Nice. Successful mission, Michael.
Great success.
After releasing the little guy, we continued along some wet trails before approaching the third and final lake, Deeks Lake. We walked round the entire lake and once again allowed Mike some time to get his fishing rod out, this time with no luck. Since leaving Brunswick, we descended over 500 metres and walked around 6 kilometres, meaning we only had 7 kilometres to go, but still around 900 metres of elevation to lose. With the end in sight, we put on the afterburners and sped walk/ran our way down the trails, aware that each step was taking us closer to the end.
Pace accelerated down this hill.
I was like, fuck it, let's just go for it.
The trail was one of the most scenic I've ever done, and it made me so grateful to live in this beautiful place. As we saw the sign for the end of the trail and knew we were nearly there, it really hit home how lucky we were to have done this. All that was left was to walk along the road and back to the car.
There she is.
beautiful RAV4. I can taste it.
Guys, thank you very much for watching. That was the Howe Sound Crest Trail. This has been me and Michael. That was fun, it was challenging, but it was amazing. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and there will be plenty more to come.